Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about Marquez. Now, to Pooch's absolute delight, and I do believe he was pissing himself with excitement in the garage when Marc rolled out onto the track last Tuesday. But, you know, I do think we need to keep it a little bit in check of what exactly happened in the test this week with Marc. So on the Tuesday, Marc rolled out of the pits, and you know, realistically, it was more for Marc to check Marc than anything else. Realistically, this test, but you know, he went out, and on Tuesday, he was doing kind of 6 lap stints, coming back into the pits, and then going out and doing another 6 laps, but it wasn't a massive amount of laps that he did in the morning. In 4 hours, I think he did, was it 24 or 28 laps, which is a fair amount. But in an interview after day one, he said, you know, he's hurting everywhere. Obviously, you know, not riding a bike for 100 days is nearly as long as the winter. And, you know, you're not using the muscles in your whole body, and especially in the shoulder and arm, that he would normally be using. So he was quite stiff and sore. Day 2, you know, he did ride in both sessions, which was a good indication for Marc, and he did do more laps than he did do on day 1. He also started evaluating the Honda and giving critical feedback back to the engineers. And I'll talk about Honda in a separate video, but like, you could see Marc in between sessions, and he did very little actually in the afternoon. He did do a few laps, but he did very little. And in between, so on the Wednesday, in between the practices, you could see that he was actually starting into his recovery of his arm. So I thought it was quite funny then, because people are straight on, will he ride in Aragon? And while he did say there was a very small chance, you know, he said, you know, as well, he couldn't really decide or make up his mind. He needs to evaluate it. But, you know, I do think we need to give him a break. You know what I mean? If he does decide to ride, fair play to him. But if you look at it, over the 2 days, if he did 50 or 60 laps, you know, he can't just go and ride an Aragon race, which is what, 20 or 30 laps, and expect to finish. So, you know, if he was doing it at stints and breaks, you know, he is definitely only easing himself into it. And as well, while the arm is recovered, it is still delicate, and you know, a crash or a fall could actually put him back a good couple of weeks or even months. So I hope that there's a little bit of common sense. I do think Pooch got his dream that Marc came back into the pits, and you could see Honda are starting to take things a lot more seriously now that he is back. But Pooch got his wish that he was there. I do commend him. I think going out and doing the fastest lap, ending up fastest Honda, you know, that does make a statement and does catch some headlines back, that he's back in control of what's going on with Honda. But I'd definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think Marc will be back in Aragon? Do you hope he stays away from racing until maybe towards the end of the year, come back from Malaysia and say Jerez? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. I just want to take a minute to also thank you for watching my videos and the support that you've shown so far. If you haven't subscribed already and you would like to subscribe, it would mean an awful lot to me if you did. I'm starting this channel realistically so that we can all enjoy MotoGP together, with the aim of streaming a live video when the GP races are on.